Hello guys, what's going on? Welcome back to CFCexplained, as this is your match preview ahead of Chelsea and my local team here in Sweden, Stockholm, Djurgården. As you can see here on the scarf. I have been following these clubs ever since I was a little boy, so this is the craziest fixture for me personally. I never thought this day was gonna come, and I tried to do everything I could in my power to get tickets. But I couldn't, even though I'm a member. I tried to get into the pre-sale, but the tickets they disappeared in like 20-30 minutes. I didn't have a chance. So I'm so gutted. I've been, a Djurgården season ticket holder before, going to games, watching both these teams, I'm so gutted I couldn't go. And this is going to be such a weird match preview, because I'm probably gonna say we when I mean Djurgården. I'm gonna say we when I mean Chelsea. So this is going to be such a weird but exciting match preview to do. So I'm thinking, just for you Chelsea fans, for us Chelsea fans, I mean, you see, I'm already getting lost to this match preview. I'm getting confused. But this video is mostly gonna be about what Chelsea fans can expect from Djurgården and what they are all about, briefly, and then I'm gonna go into Chelsea's predicted lineup, because this is ultimately a Chelsea channel, but I'm also gonna put up on screen what I think Djurgården is gonna start with. And then I'm gonna get into a few talking points, and then we're finishing off the video with a score prediction. So before we dive any deeper to the craziest match preview ever, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my page, and hit that notification bell so you never miss when the content drops. Yeah, it's gonna be so weird, I'm gonna scream yes when Djurgården scores, and I'm gonna scream yes when Chelsea scores. And for me, I mean, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate, but I'm gonna be happy no matter which team goes through. I mean, it's just crazy Djurgården has gone this far. I think we have broken a record in how far we went in European competition. Djurgården has received so much money through this competition. This money probably doesn't mean anything to Chelsea, because Chelsea is one of the biggest clubs and has so much money, but for Djurgården this means massive, and they're gonna be able to use that money to upgrade the squad and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea should just be in this competition, win it easily. It's just going to be so interesting to see what Djurgården can do against a Chelsea, a Premier League side. I think back in the day, I think the biggest club Djurgården has ever faced, except Chelsea, which is gonna be tomorrow, is Manchester United. But I think that was all the way back in the 60s, and we lost heavily. I don't want to mention the score because that would be embarrassing. I can say that we at least scored 1-2 goals, but we're not gonna dive deeper into that game. Get into Djurgården a little bit, so you Chelsea fans. You see, I'm getting so lost in this video. I'm so confused. I'm saying you, and then I'm saying we. Never mind. We're gonna talk about Djurgården, and they currently sitting in 11th place in the Swedish league, which looks terrible. But it's only 5 games into the season, and Djurgården is usually a team that finishes in the top 4. And last time they won the Swedish division, top flight division, was in 2019. And Djurgården has been in European competitions before, got pretty nice experience from it. We managed to beat teams that is better than us on paper. For example, Rapid Wien, Legia. There's some other teams as well. I would say Djurgården has a nice mix of blend in terms of experience, good established players, and some youthfulness as well, which I wish Chelsea would do the same. But Djurgården can also, look for the next hidden gem, a youngster, and have them in the starting 11. But it's not to the extreme like Chelsea does. I can say that Djurgården has been playing quite well, actually. The problem Djurgården is having is being clinical and converting shots into actual goals. It's looking good, It's not looking. We still have Djurgården still has a long way to go. They have a brand new manager that's trying to implement his style of ideas. He's experimenting with some formations, different players in different positions. But I think it's gonna click eventually, because there are some attacking patterns that's looking really good and creating tons of shooting opportunities. But Djurgården just can't find the net in the current moment and be clinical. And Chelsea has the same problem. Djurgården is quite flexible in way of playing. They can be defensively, hit on counters, be direct, but they can also, attack and keep possession. Now, will they likely do that against Chelsea? Probably not. So they likely gonna sit back and hit on counters. Djurgården has best fans in Sweden, I have to say it. You're gonna see a crazy atmosphere. You're gonna see some stunning tifos that's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna be better than Legia Warsaw, I'm gonna tell you that. You're gonna see flares, you're gonna see smokes, you're gonna hear Djurgården fans sing from the first second to last second and give everything they can. Very passionate fans that wanna win everything there is, and that's also Djurgården's objective, always trying to be at the top and win everything. And there's also some players you might be familiar with that has been playing for Djurgården or that Djurgården has developed. The recent famous player, well-known player, is Lucas Bergvall. Sold to Tottenham last summer. He's a Swedish wonder kid. If you're playing Football Manager, maybe you know him as well. He played against Chelsea last time around, and he was such a talent. There's some other guys as well that Djurgården has had in their team, and that was Samuel Dahl. He was sold to Roma last summer. I don't know if he gets any minutes at AC Roma. I have to look that up after this match preview. We had players like Daniel Amartey. He played for Leicester City. He was here, but it was 12 years ago, 13 years ago. It was a long time ago. We had players like Uecl brothers, and the bigger brother is playing for Chelsea. You see, I'm getting confused. Playing for Djurgården now, and his little brother is at Burnley. I think he receives a lot of minutes there. And then we had a goalkeeper, Vidal Zetterström, who was sold to Derby County in the Championship. And other players we had before that played in Premier League, Bundesliga, Dutch League. We had a few players that have been in China, MLS, that has also international experience, both for Sweden national team, but also for Finnish national team, etc. And we always have some wonder kid around every season. I mean, Djurgården is producing some nice talents every year, and also is good at spotting talents that they purchase into the club, and then they're being sold later on. So there's probably some more players that I could mention I forgot. I know we had a player playing for Lyon and Mallorca, forward Tino Kadewere. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I mean, I can go on and on. But I would say Bergvall is maybe the most recent famous one that I think a few guys that are watching Premier League should know about. But let's get into the predicted lineups, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna line up with, what I would do, and what I think Maresca is gonna do, and the lineup Djurgården should start with. One player that Chelsea has to watch out for in Djurgården is Gulliksen. Norwegian offensive player. He can play as a winger, he can play in the number 10 role. I think he has 4 goals in Conference League. So, I mean, he's both good in terms of finding assists and finding the net. Djurgården also has a great spine through the team with Rinne in goal, Danielsen and Une Larsson as centre-back pairing. They are experienced and have fantastic chemistry with each other. We're missing a few players that is out injured, but we have nice squad depth that coming into the team. There are some new faces around, but I think the Djurgården manager is gonna get Djurgården to click eventually. It's just gonna take some time because the season just started in Sweden. And I would assume, at Chelsea, Jorgensen is gonna start. We're gonna see Badiashile, Tosin, Joshan Chimpong. I think we're gonna see Rhys James playing as a midfielder, as a defensive midfielder, but honestly I don't like it. I don't want to force him in that position. Either we're gonna play him as a fullback or as a wide centre back in this makeshift back three. I would rather see Cucurella and Caicedo. There could be an argument that we should rest Caicedo, but at the same time, Djurgården You see, I'm so confused in this video. This is crazy. If Chelsea want to go through, we shouldn't take any team lightly. Like, put in some of our best players and get the job done in the first leg. And don't underestimate Djurgården. I think I see the Cucurella is going to be the pivot. Cucurella inverting as usually. The front five is going to consist of Sancho, Palmer, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Madueke and Jackson up front. I think it's important Palmer and Jackson start so they can maybe get an assist, get a goal and boost their confidence. Palmer hasn't scored for I don't know how long now, 16, 17 games. He needs to get a goal to boost his confidence. And if Chelsea is leading, then you can take out, rest some of these guys ahead of Liverpool game that is on the weekend. I mean, there is argument to start George. I think he definitely deserves getting minutes. I think he's done fantastic. I'm so impressed with him. I don't know if he's going to start in a semi-final in European competition. Maybe it's better to sub him off with 25-30 minutes to go in case we need fresh legs and the likes of our wingers and Jackson is not performing. Probably gonna have Neto on the bench, other guys to turn to. In terms of, a score prediction, and what I'm seeing from Djurgården, there's tons of work to be done with the new manager, and Djurgården can put up a shock. They have it in them. They have strong mentality, resilient, team cohesion, but Chelsea just have more power. And if Chelsea is turning up, taking it fully seriously, I think the scoreline is going to finish 4-1 to Chelsea. But if Chelsea is playing like they did against Warsaw in the second leg, where Chelsea didn't show up, they barely cared about the game, and you never know. It doesn't matter which team you face, and you can still lose if you're not showing up. I mean, it's so weird. I want both teams to win, but you're gonna be honest, Chelsea has more firepower. But Djurgården can put up a shock in case Chelsea would underestimate and not be fully serious. Djurgården has problems being clinical and scoring goals, and they're not gonna get many chances against Chelsea. So if they're gonna be clinical for once, it's gonna be now. But I don't see that happening. So that's why I'm guessing the game is gonna end 4-1 or 4-0 to Chelsea if they decide to go with a really, really strong 11 and showing up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you're a Djurgården fan and seeing this as well, let me know your thoughts, what you're thinking, and what you expect from the game, and I will happily read it. I never thought this fixture was going to happen in history, but here we are, and it's such a weird feeling and game for me, but I'm still very excited. So yeah, I'm going to talk to you after the game is finished, and I'm giving you a match review, so stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching. CFCexplained is out.